Overcoming pricing insecurities and not feeling guilty about raising your rates. So I stumbled across this post over on Instagram that said, every Monday I send out invoices, and ever since I raised my rates, Mondays have always become absolutely the hardest part of my week. As much as I love money, asking for money from the clients that I've actually provided something of value to makes me really uncomfortable. Now, I think there's a lot of truth in that. And at first, for a lot of people, it feels really weird. And there's all these insecurities around, am I worth it? Do my clients feel like they're getting their money's worth? Are they eventually just going to drop me because they feel like they're getting screwed, and on and on and on and on. And this kind of thing stops a lot of freelancers from even raising their rates in the first place. And then, of course, when you do that, you start to feel undervalued, like you're putting in all these hours, but you're not making what you deserve. And if you let that go long enough, you'll get overworked, you'll get burnt out. But then you feel stuck to raise your rates still, and it can just be a real nightmare. And a lot of freelancers and a lot of developers just sort of quit at this point. But one of the comments on this post got it absolutely right. It said, people will pay for great service, whether it's at a restaurant, a salon, or a workout trainer. If your service is good, then you will and should be compensated for it. So don't feel guilty. And that right there is the truth. My little brother talks about his $45 steak moment. For me, it was a $300 microphone. But when you've experienced yourself paying for quality and being willing to pay a high price for something that is worth it, you realize that people will pay for great products and services. And I actually remember the first time that I raised my rates, there was this one guy in particular whose reaction sort of threw me for a loop, because he really didn't react at all. He just sort of went, oh, okay. I kind of wondered when you were going to raise your prices. And then he said, sounds good. And that was it. And I was just sort of like, well, that was a hell of a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And what it made me realize is that we are a lot more emotionally attached to our pricing than our clients are. And when you get good at pricing accurately, you'll feel a lot less guilty about it and a lot less uncomfortable raising rates. And you can actually get paid what you deserve without all of the emotional baggage. And so that's the trick, accuracy, and thinking of it less in terms of what you're worth and more in terms of what is an objectively accurate fee to charge for the particular service I'm providing, which I know when you hear that sounds like something Poindexter would say, but it's true. And that's really where you want to get to in terms of thinking about it. And then once you can do that, then it's just about being accurate with that objective assessment. Now, of course, pricing accuracy is one of the hardest things to do. Clients and developers are notoriously bad at it. And if there's one thing I've learned in the 14 years of doing this, it's that. And along with that, what I've discovered is that accurate pricing really is a process, and it differs from market to market, and it differs from service to service. But when you learn and use the process, you can be confident in your pricing. And you'll know that you're charging reasonable rates. You'll know when to raise rates, and you'll not get bogged down by all of these insecurities and attaching it to sort of your self-worth and am I worth it and all that sort of stuff. It just makes the entire pricing and money part of doing freelance work a hell of a lot easier. Anyway, I show you the process that I learned in lesson 9 of module 3 of my Upwork 101 course. Now, I want to give you a fair warning about this. This isn't some sort of gimmick or magic trick that suddenly makes everything awesome and there's never any sort of little creeping doubts here or there or whatever. It takes work. It takes research, which is something a lot of wannabe freelancers refuse to do. But the ones who do it tend to have their eyes opened and feel a lot more comfortable about what they're doing and understanding a lot better what they're doing. And because of that, tend to have a lot more success. So if you're looking for some sort of gimmick or trick that's just going to suddenly make everything better, this really isn't for you. But if you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to do the research, then this process can be something that can really liberate you from all of those insecurities. Anyway, you can get access to it in my Upwork 101 course, and you can get that for nothing over on Skillshare, because as a teacher, I can give you a 2-month free trial. You can take the entire course. You can cancel any time before the 2 months is up, and you'll never pay a penny. So it's pretty much a no-brainer for those smart enough to recognize it, but it's 100% up to you if that's something you want to get into. Again, johnmorrisonline.com/Skillshare. All right, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.